Welcome back to the pod. Welcome back to the BeYou podcast. To all my real ones, this is episode 2, and I'm here. We're here for good, y'all. We're here for good. I'm in this with y'all for the long haul, the real ones. Be sure to like and subscribe, share this. If you would love to support what's happening, you can do that in the description below. We're excited. We're trying to take over the algorithm, and thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for being here with us, and we're getting ready to start it. Last episode was really special for me. Some cool stuff, some cool responses from folks. It was, I'll be honest with you, was something that I did not expect. And I'm excited. Give you guys some life updates, man. We are in the midst of school, trying to navigate the life of 5 kids, guys. 5. And not just kids. 5 girls. And not just girls. Little girls. Not just little girls. Little girls with big attitude. So we are doing our best to navigate through all that. We are doing our best to be the best parents as possible. And it's fun. Let me answer this question for those of you guys who are probably still asking. No, we are not trying anymore. No more boys. No boys is in the future of Keren Emmanuel. Although my brother has a boy and my brother-in-law has a boy or girl. Actually, I don't know what he has yet. But I don't have anything. I just have girls. So, cheers. Kids are fun, man. Let me know if you're a parent. Like, put it in the chat. If you're a parent, like, let me know. Because parenting is not easy, guys. Parenting is not easy. There's this idea of being selfless, and there's giving, and there's not much taking, and there's all the nuances of parenting. And I'm not even a parent of teens yet, friends. Oh, and I keep hearing about the horror stories of teens. Not that I'm being pessimistic, and not that I'm being negative. I'm not forecasting anything negative on my future. I'm just saying I heard it's difficult. I was a teenager, so I understand how tough I was as a kid. I get how difficult I was as a kid. So for me, I'm praying, and I'm seeking a lot of counsel, and I'm just watching the folks around me. So if you have any advice, put it in the chat. Matter of fact, if you have any, of anybody that I can possibly bring on the pod to talk through parenting teenagers, parenting in general, bring them on the pod. Matter of fact, my boss, Pastor Ken McNulty, is a good friend of mine. McNulty, I always say his name funny, Mac. I say McNulty, and then I also say McDonald's, and I say Mac Ribs. But Pastor McNulty, Pastor Ken, he is a real dear friend of mine. He's pretty wise, so I might bring him on the pod. We actually used to have a podcast together. It was called One-on-One with PK. And One-on-One with PK would be Pastor Keren and Pastor Ken. I have not shared this with y'all yet, but if you guys don't know, I am a pastor. Yes, I'm a pastor. I work at Arise Church in Brandon, Florida. Pull up at our Brandon location at either 8:30, 9:30. 8:30, 10:30, and 12:30 at the time of this recording. And then our South Shore location, which is in Ruskin, pull up at 10 o'clock. Let's go. You can watch online at 10:30. Pull up. But I've been working there for 5 years. At the time of this recording, in October, it'll be 5 years in October, and it's wild. But him and I used to do a podcast called One-on-One with PK, and it was fun. We had some good moments there, and I might bring him back on here. He's always getting at me. Matter of fact, we've had a conversation about me starting this, but he's always getting at me about us kind of bringing that back, which we might have to do that. We might have to do that. And so parenting, it's fun. So today I have something I kind of want to talk with y'all about. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully it's inspirational. Hopefully it can lead to transformation. But I want to talk to you about change. Change. Not changing clothes. Speaking of clothes, we're dropping these later this year. The BeYou merch. This is one of the t-shirts, the kind of main t-shirts, and on the back it says the real ones, because you guys are the real you. The real you. The real you, according to 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17, you are new in Jesus. And I believe that is the real you, the person that you were intended to be. And so these are dropping later this year. I'm super excited. We'll talk more about how to get those later on, but I'm not talking about changing clothes. I'm not talking about changing outfits. I'm not talking about changing lashes. I'm talking about changing you. Changing you. And I want to ask this question. Why is change so dang hard? Like, it's September, and we're gonna be approaching the new year in about several months from now, and it really isn't that far. We have about 3 more months left in the year, and we're about to be approaching the new year, and there's going to be people who are going to want to do all these like changes and all these things, and we're going to start New Year's resolutions. We're going to want to get back in the gym, blah 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 blah. But then change is difficult. Change is hard. Change is complex. Change is stressful. It's frustrating. It's tiresome. It's hard. So why is it so hard? Why is change so difficult? Like, I don't know. Like, for me, even if I look at my life, I'll be married for 11 years. Excuse me. Ooh, don't tell Erica. I've been married for 11 years with my wife, and it took me a long time to change, guys. I wasn't the glorious husband that I am now. I wasn't the Prince Charming. No. I wasn't. I was a jerk. I was inconsiderate, and I'm still those in some areas. In terms of, I'm still trying to change some things about me, especially in the context of my marriage. I'm still trying to change some things about me in the context of parenting, in the context of being an employee, in the context of being a person, a friend, a Christian. I'm still trying to change. I'm still trying to. And matter of fact, we can even like zero in on that idea of change and say this simple thing. Why is it hard to stay change? Yeah, like, why is change so hard to maintain? Now, I was reading some studies by the psychologist. His name is James Protocik. I apologize. I definitely butchered that sounding. And he talks about the 4 or the 5 stages of change. Let's look at that really quick. The 5 stages of change. There's the pre-contemplation stage. There's the contemplation stage. There's the preparation. There's the action stage. And then there's the maintenance stage. So let's look at that. The pre-contemplation stage. This is what it says. It says that we recognize that there is a problem in an area that is in need of improvement, yet we have no conscious intention to move from this stage. So there's this idea that we know we need to change. We see the need for change. People have told us that we need change, but we're just not going to do anything about it. And I feel like I don't know about you. I don't want to speak to you, but I want to speak to me. Hopefully that will help you. Is I lived in that a long time. And part of it too, there's like, sometimes we're blind to the actual need of change, and just because someone tells you need to change doesn't mean you believe that you need to change. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times where I would be told, be counseled that, hey, you need to not do this anymore, and in my head I'm like, yo, this is working. This is working, fam. This is good. This is beneficial. But on the flip side, it wasn't. So there's the pre-contemplation stage. Then there's the contemplation stage. This is where you consider, you know that you need to change. You're considering it. You are like you're doing all the things, like you're kind of like there, but you're just not ready, or you don't know if you really want to follow through with the change, because you get to a point where you're like, man, I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat right, but that means I have to cut out. I have to cut out Chick-fil-A. I have to cut out pizza. I have to cut out certain carbs, and I have to be mindful of that. No, I can't. I'm not ready for that yet. You know what I'm talking about? Like you have you ever like seen that you need to change, but then you've paused, you've reflected, you're like, I'm not ready for that yet. I think that happens to a lot of us. Like it happens to the best of us. We see that we need to change, but we just don't feel ready because the commitment sometimes is too tough. Like it's a commitment to stay changed. It's a commitment, man. You see the steps and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready to go to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. I don't know if I'm ready to say I'm sorry to those that offend me, even though it was their fault. I don't know if I'm ready to start saving money instead of spending when I want to. Hello. I don't know if I'm ready. So that's a contemplation stage. So then there's the preparation stage. So you move from pre-contemplation to contemplation to preparation. So at this stage, we make the decision to follow through with change. And this is where we start our first steps towards making that change. So this is where you sign up for the gym, right? Like you're making preparation. This is where you go to see a counselor. Or matter of fact, you go on the website and you submit an application. This is where you kind of like decide you're gonna open up a savings account. Right? We start making the change. We start walking through the preparation of that. And then there's the action stage. At this stage, this is where the plans that you are put into action. This is where the plans that you've made, the plans that you've constructed, the strategies are now put into action. So now you've signed up for the gym and you have a gym plan. Now you're going to start implementing that. You're going to get in your car in the morning. You're going to drive to the gym. You're going to work out for 30 to 45 minutes, however long you need to work out. And then you start implementing those. You start doing those on a regular maintenance or regular basis. You start practicing and start doing all those things, and you have a cadence and a rhythm, and that's the action stage. A lot of you guys are probably in the action stage, or you want to be in the action stage, or you're contemplating the action stage. But this is where this happens. This is where the work is. This is where the grind is. But then what's following the action stage is the maintenance stage. The maintenance stage. At this stage, it's all about sustaining change and making it last long term. Making it last long term. One thing I did notice about this study is the psychologist did not imply, or did he infer that this was a linear process? What do I mean by that? Meaning it's not like, okay, this is going to happen like in this beautiful sequential order to where it's going to, oh yeah, I'm going to be action, I'm going to stay to maintenance. Sometimes you go from maintenance to contemplation. Sometimes you go from contemplation to action. Sometimes you go from action to pre-contemplation. Like it ebbs and flows. And here's the truth that some of us need to recognize and some of us need to be aware of is the truth is change is not a singular event, guys. Newsflash, newsflash. Change is not a singular event. Change is something that happens over time, constantly, and here's the key word, consistently. Like if you want to stay changed, you have to sustain consistency. So in other words, change, watch this, is sustained by consistency. Did you hear that? Change is sustained by consistency. You can't change if you don't stay consistent. And if you don't stay consistent, you won't remain changed. And so in order to remain changed, you have to stay consistent. And that means sometimes it's going to be tough. Yo, listen to me. The discipline is doing what you need to do when you don't want to do it. Like you have to say, okay, I'm in the action stage. I'm in this moment. I'm in the grind. I got to stay consistent. Are there going to be moments where you don't want to do it? Absolutely. But should you do it? Yes. Matter of fact, I would argue the moments when you don't want to do it, you have to do it even more. You have to do it anymore. Change is sustained by consistency. And we have to be people who are consistent. That's why, like, even again, I mentioned this. I'm a Christian, guys. And there's a lot of inconsistent Christians out there. Like, y'all say you're Christians, but you're not acting like it. You're not acting like you're changed. Because inconsistent Christians, watch this, are Christian inconsistently. Like you believe in God. You follow His law. You do all you're saying all the things, but you're not really like doing it in a consistent manner to where it's like apparent that you have changed. Like no, in order to be changed, you have to be consistent. Now, this is not saying, watch this. I'm not saying that you can't mess up. I'm not saying that you can't struggle. I'm not saying that that there's going to be moments where it's going to be that you're going to fall. You're on a diet plan and you're doing good for 4 weeks, but then one day you eat like off your plan and you kind of got binge a little bit. I'm not saying like that you won't have those moments. I'm saying, okay, will you consistently get back up and keep going? I heard it said this. You only get stuck. Watch this. You only get stuck when you stop. And so if you want to change whatever realm you're trying to change in, you got to keep going. You got to keep moving. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing. Listen, friends, like change is is the catalyst to you being the real you. The catalyst to that. And look, I'm a firm believer. Like I want you to listen to this. Because in order to stay changed, right, we need an unchanging motivator to keep us motivated to change. Let me explain. Let me be a little clear. So I can't stay changed by remaining motivated by the scale. I won't do it because there will be moments where the scale doesn't reflect what I've been doing. And I'm gonna be like, oh man, I'm done. Like prime example right now, like I'm in this phase where I'm lifting consistently 5 to 6 days a week. I'm eating consistently, but there are moments where I kind of like, I take off, and then I jump on the scale, and it doesn't reflect what I want to do. So then, like what used to motivate me now is discouraging me. You track with me? And so we need a motivator that doesn't change. Like your spouse for dating, like, you know, when you're dating somebody and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna be like this romantic dude. I'm gonna be all this stuff, and then boom, things change in the relationship, and now you're not motivated by that anymore to stay changed. And so we can't change if the thing that is motivating us changes as well. This is why I prescribe this beautiful dose of hope called Jesus. Jesus is, for me, the best motivator for change because he never changes. He is the same. And so I'm going to use that as a catalyst in every area of my life to stay changed. And the best thing about why we stay changed, that's why I believe like in order to stay changed, you have to stay close to Jesus. In order to stay changed, you have to stay close to Jesus. Why? Because you have to trust his process. His process never changes. You have to trust his process. Then you have to trust his progress with you, or rather you have to trust your progress. Because there are going to be moments where it's tough, but you got to trust that you've got that far, man. You got tell yourself, man, I've gotten this far. I can't stop now. And you got to trust this plan. Trust the plan of God. And so we, and like, you're like, whoa, Keren, how does this work? How does this work with my practical things? It works with everything. Guys, it works with everything. So if Jesus is the catalyst for you to being the real you, you don't think he can help you be the smart you, the saving you in terms of finances, the weightlifting you, the healthier you. You don't think he can sustain you being the less road rage you, the less gambling you. You don't think he can, he is the catalyst for all change. Boom. Woo. We got to stay changed. We got to be changed. Like I'm I am getting older, y'all. I'm 34 years old, and this mustache, y'all, makes me look even older. Shout out to my hairstylist / barber, Roberto Torres. I need to see him soon. Big shout out to him. But I think because I'm getting older, like I'm in this unique vein where I don't have time to keep slipping up, man. I gotta find ways to keep moving forward. Like I gotta find ways, and I gotta find ways to just keep pushing, keep staying changed. And that's why I try to stay close to Jesus, because that he affects every area of my life. My wife would say, you're a better Christian when you go to the gym. You're a better Christian when you're a better Christian when you do this, when you do that, And I'm like, oh wait, I do all this because I'm closer to him. I'm closer to man. He helps motivate me to do all those things. He's a constant catalyst because he doesn't change. And so here, how do you and I stay changed? I think we stay close to Jesus. Stay close to Jesus. If you want to stay changed, Christians, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna look at the camera. Camera B. If you want to stay changed, stay close to Jesus. Stay close to Jesus. That's it. And then grind. Work hard. Don't quit. Don't give up. That's it. Huh? My real ones? Woo! Man, I love that topic. I love that topic. I will talk about that for days. And then I can't wait till I'm able to be blessed to get better camera equipment so we can have these long conversations. But at the moment I don't. And so if you want to help support your boy, do so in the description. I would love for your support. We're working on channel stuff too, down the road. This is what everybody's doing, but I'm gonna love your support. Again, I'm not here to get rich. I'm here to inspire. I want y'all to be the real ones. Okay? Well, stay changed, y'all. Get close to Jesus. Don't quit. It's gonna be all right. Ooh, love y'all. Be blessed. Be real. Peace.